Hey everybody, the Packers just traded up in the fourth round, and they traded up for Evan Williams, a safety out of Oregon. Weston, do you have any factoids on Evan?
Well, first things first, being able to actually use one of those six-rounders they got to move up in the fourth round, big move there for Brian Gutekunst. And if you look at Williams, a lot of similarities, I think, to what they did with Ballard as well, and a guy that plays safety but gives you some box tempo, some guy that could also be used in the slot. 40-inch vertical at the NFL Scouting Combine, 82 tackles last year. A transfer originally from Fresno State showed that his skills could apply in the Pac-12 as well, earning a second team nod last year. Very impressive guy, and a guy that seems to be always around the football.
Wes, I see this guy as more of a box safety. He's an old school safety, kind of rough and tumble, plays the position like a linebacker, has got special teams written all over him. So Evan Williams, the Packers pick in the fourth round. To the latest on the Packers draft, keep it right here on Packers.com.
I'm going to open it up for questions with our media, and we will go ahead and get started. Why don't you start us off, Bill Huber?
Evan, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So can you describe the moment of sitting there today and your phone rings and suddenly you got a team?
Yeah. I mean, I was just sitting, expecting to take the first few calls, kind of, just the introduction calls, just, telling them how we feel or, how, the day is going. And then, yeah, so that was I think the second call of the day. So I was just expecting more of that. And then, yeah, he says, I'm going to, put you on with our GM. And I was like, there's no way. Like, it almost felt unreal. I was a little speechless, talking to head coach LaFleur. And yeah, all of the coaches, it was a pretty unreal moment.
Mike Spofford.
Hey, Evan, congratulations. Did you get any clues during the pre-draft process that the Packers were this interested in you? What level of interaction did you have with the team?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I met with the team at the Senior Bowl and the Combine. And yeah, we stayed in contact throughout the whole pre-draft process. Had a good Zoom meeting, after the Combine. Met with, all their coaches, all of them sat in on our Zoom meeting and just, yeah, we were talking ball. And so I had a pretty good idea, that they were pretty high on me. But yeah, again, this is, something that I've dreamed of for a long time. So yeah, a little speechless is yeah, I have no words to say, honestly.
Rob Domofsky.
Hey, Evan, you put up some pretty impressive stack and quarterback pressure numbers. How did you play a lot near the line of scrimmage? Were you blitzing? And how do you feel that'll translate to the NFL?
Yeah, can you say that again? It kind of cut out for a little bit.
Yeah, sorry about that. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're all good now.
No.
He can hear you, Rob. All right, we'll go over to Steve McGargy. Go ahead, Steve.
Congratulations. I was just wondering what made you decide to transfer to Oregon for that last year, and how do you think you kind of benefited from that year in the Pac-12 with all the quarterbacks they had this past season?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I wanted honestly my last year to be the one at Fresno the year before, but yeah, I had an injury that kind of held me out for a few games, and I wanted my last year to be a real prove it year. And I just figured, I wanted to go against the best competition I could and just really be, in a unfamiliar spot, because I feel like, that really stimulates growth. And yeah, I just wanted a place with all the resources, all the coaches, and just the system to, help me grow as a, individual and as a player. And yeah, in the end, my brother told me a few good things about Oregon, and yeah, ended up working out real quick. And yeah, I mean, learning under Coach Landon and Coach Lapoy was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Try again. Go ahead, Rob.
Is this any better?
Yeah, you're all good.
Okay, thanks. You put up some pretty impressive sack and pressure numbers. Did you play a lot near the line of scrimmage? Did you blitz a lot? And how do you think that translates to the pro game?
Yeah, I mean, I lined up mainly to the boundary this year, and there were times where I would roll down, either show a man look or show near the line of scrimmage and come off the edge. I think, yeah, kind of that variability, being able to play in the post, play near the line of scrimmage, and make plays around the ball. I feel like that's definitely something that sets me apart. Just kind of being a do-it-all guy, being able to make those plays, and once you get the chance to blitz, I feel like I was pretty, effective last year, and looking to maybe get some of those sack numbers up and yeah, just cause havoc in the backfield. I feel like that translates really well into this league.
Chris Roth.
Evan, welcome to Green Bay. Kind of piggybacking off that last question, you said you had a feeling that the Packers were high on you. Why do you think they were high on you?
I think just my tenacity, truthfully, on the field. A lot of coaches on the staff just, pointed to my motor and just pointed to, how hard I'm going on each and every play. And so, I mean, I'm not one to, brag about myself, but I think that and just kind of, that compared with in addition to the, ball excellence, just being around the ball and kind of just causing havoc, I think that put me pretty high on their board.
J.R. Radcliffe.
Hey, Evan, what did you learn from your brother about the pre-draft process? And I know his journey is a little different, but just, preparing for this moment.
Yeah. I mean, truthfully, mainly I just learned to be patient from him, and not to take anything for granted, just to be thankful for every moment you have in the process. There's times where, it feels like all eyes are on you. You have the, an ultimate pressure to perform, but, in the end, I feel like if you remain grateful and just thankful for where you're at, and, obviously put in the work and, to get yourself to that moment, then, good things are going to happen. And also just to be yourself, is something he preached a lot, just to, not try to be anybody else during the whole process. I'm my own athlete, I'm my own person. And, as long as I let that shine, he's, been a really positive influence on me as far as just, being myself and letting my individuality shine.
Lauren Helmbrecht.
Congratulations. I was curious, what about the Packers defense makes you most excited?
Yeah. I mean, obviously they've been a dominant defense for a while. So just the thought of, joining a defense with, historically good numbers and historically, causing havoc all over the field is definitely something, I'm looking forward to. And as well as, just the amount of pressure we bring, we're going to bring, is, something I love, from a coverage standpoint and from a blitzing standpoint, being able to affect the quarterback and, kind of make things happen, while bringing pressure. I'm definitely excited just to, kickstart this team and, help this team win a Super Bowl.
James from the Oregonian.
Evan, congratulations. You've touched on the process a little bit. To go back to January 1 post game at the Fiesta Bowl, where I'm sure you were thinking you didn't know what was next for you in football. You didn't have an all-star game invite at that point. Forget about the combine or any of this. To 4 months later, you're in this spot. Just the range of emotions that in this last 4 months, let alone last 4 years. How do you encapsulate how low you might have been feeling that day to how high you are right now?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even say I was too low that day. I mean, we just won the Fiesta Bowl. So I couldn't be, too angry. Anytime we come out with a dub is, can't be mad at that. But, I mean, just the, range of emotions from, getting hurt. As you said, no all-star invites. I mean, it was a low and, I feel like those moments are, what really define you, define your character. And I just leaned on family, leaned on the people around me. And my parents always told me, since I was little, just to control what you can control. There's going to be things that you can't control, somebody giving you an all-star invite or going to combine or any of that, but you could just control your effort, day in and day out and, control your attitude. And so I just tried to approach each day with the right mindset, try to get a little better every day. And, I mean, I'm feeling the results right now and it's pretty unbelievable.
Matt Schneidman.
Evan, correct me if I'm wrong. I read that your dad was on the field for Cal during the band on the field play. How many times have you watched that play, and what exactly was his role during that kick return for a touchdown?
Yeah, it's definitely, I'd probably say once or twice a month deal where we're pulling it up and it's on some TV somewhere, either on his phone or we're seeing it. But he didn't touch the ball. He was right behind somebody that, got the ball right before him. But I mean, that was a crazy play. Growing up, it was the coolest thing, telling all your classmates that, my dad was in the play. Like that was something that, I took a lot of pride in, definitely growing up. But yeah, I mean, it it was crazy, to see him on the field during that whole, while it all shook down, runs over the trombone player, that trombone is still in the Hall of Fame and all that. Yeah, that was a crazy play. Yeah, I wish he could have got the ball and show what he could do, but I guess hopefully, maybe I'm on KOR and I can show some of my moves.
Bill Huber.
I had read that you were the national team MVP or the national team's best safety at the Senior Bowl. I know Javon Bullard was the safety for the other team. Do you know him well, and what did the Senior Bowl mean to you?
Yeah, that's my guy. Honestly, have gotten to know him a lot better, during this pre-draft process. And so, yeah, I mean, we every time we're at the combine, we're doing drills together, going through all that. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm excited to, be next to him, line up next to him, and have that guy on my squad. He's physical as hell, and is always physical at the contact point. So definitely excited, to be playing alongside him. And yeah, I mean, to be able to go to the Senior Bowl, be able to go to the combine, and compete with him and compete with guys like that. Yeah, definitely made me a better player in the long run.
Steve McGargy.
You played some special teams in college. I'm just wondering, how much special teams did you play, and how well suited do you think you are for that aspect of the game?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something I take pride in. I played, punt, I think, all 4 years of my career. Played a little kickoff cover, KOR. I mean, I played on all 4 phases, if you look through my film for the past 4 or 5 years. And so, yeah, I mean, any coach I've ever talked to is, told me that how important, special teams is in the league. That's how some people, pave their way and make their mark. So, yeah, I definitely don't take that for granted. Yeah, and, I'm definitely a guy that's willing to do whatever it takes, play on whatever special teams, do whatever it takes really to, get this program as many wins as possible.
Any other questions for Evan? All right, I think that's all we have for you. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you when you're here next week. Congratulations.
Good. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Bye.